GM redesigned the Colorado for 2023 and gave it this awesome new styling. And because of that, Motor Trend named it the 2024 Truck of the Year, beating out 13 other competitors. In 6 different categories were factored in, and 3 of those categories were 1, styling advancement, 2, safety, and 3, performance of the intended purpose. That means this is the best truck that you can buy on the market today. We're going to take a look at it and see if you agree with Motor Trend. This Colorado Z71 comes with the 2.7 liter inline 4 TurboMax engine, putting out 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. That really is an amazing amount of power coming out of that 4-cylinder. Really gets this truck up and moving. You get an 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in around 6.9 seconds. Some have gotten 7.1, depends on who's driving. The towing, and like I said, this engine puts out a lot of power. Your towing is going to come in at 7,700 pounds for a mid-size truck. That is awesome. Your payload is going to be 1,719 pounds. The fuel economy on this mid-size truck is not where I would expect it to be. I would really think you'd want to get a little bit more out of getting a mid-size truck. This is going to be 18 in the city, 23 in the highway, or 20 mile per gallon average. That's not horrible. It's pretty decent, but when you have turbos involved, you do lose some on your gas mileage. Let's take a look at this bed. Now the bed is 5.5 foot long. This is pretty much traditional for these mid-size trucks. You do have a assisted tailgate. And back here, there's really not a whole lot going on. As you can see, it is starting to rain, a few raindrops going on. You do have a bed liner in here, or a molded spray-in bed liner that they put on here. You do have a little bit of power back here, so there's a 120 volt, and you got several tie downs in each corner. So that is really nice, did a good job there. You also have a yardstick on the back of here, so you can use this as a work surface. You also have in the tailgate, this is some type of a work system. So let's pop those, lift this up, and look, you do have some additional storage in the tailgate. Wow, I was not expecting that. Before we take a look at the inside and before it starts raining here, can you go down and hit that subscribe button real quick? That'll help me get more vehicles like this one to bring to you guys, to show you the inside, the outside, the good and the bad. All right, let's go check out the interior. Did want to point out one more thing. You do have the step in the bumper, trademark of Chevrolet. Man, this truck is beautiful. Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah, let's get in the inside. I forgot what I was doing. Let's get in the inside. Okay. All right, door panel, pretty simple, all black, red stitching, matches the outside. I think that's awesome. I know, no, that's the red stitching for the Z71. It's not because of the outside, but it makes it look awesome. Do have a pocket right here for a bottle, your speaker, little cell phone holder, maybe that'd be nice. Put a little cell phone in there. All right, then you got your window controls and your memory functions on the door right there. Nice little touch of a kind of a satin bar right there. Okay, you do have powered seats with lumbar, very comfortable seats. These are leather with perforation and heat and ventilation. Very, very nice and very comfortable seats. All right, there's a quick look around the inside. Now let's get in and take a closer look. My favorite thing is these turbine vents. I love them, and these are huge in this one. like the touch of piano black going across here. It looks nice. It's small. It's not overpowering, and you're not going to be touching that area most of the time, so you shouldn't have problem with fingerprints. Nice dash up here. This stuff is not like super hard, but it's also not soft. The stitching looks really good going all the way around. Come on across here and you can see the big screen here, and then you have your driver's display. It's a fully digital driver's display. Looks awesome. So there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here. There's a lot of stuff going on in this. But you don't have a whole lot of options to change things around. So you have a few different display options. This is one. You can go to navigation with your speedometer down in the corner on the left. So that's kind of cool. I like that one. And then you have this different setup here. You also have this one here for kind of like off-roading. If you want to have this up there, you can got your pitch and roll and stuff like that. And then this one is similar to the first one, but has your driver assistance in the middle. Nope, there's a calm screen. So you just have your speedometer and your driver assistant features. There is a speedometer in the middle, trip on the left. Some people like that better. And then you go back to where we started. You're going to adjust your drive modes right down here. This also controls your two-wheel drive, your automatic, and your 4 high, 4 low. So we're going to turn this dial and take a look at the drive modes. All right, so there is off-road, tow haul, terrain, and then normal. So that's pretty nice. Here is the steering wheel, and this is my first Chevy that I've had. I really haven't been in too many of them. So this was your menu button for up here that kind of changes your displays, and you got a heated steering wheel in here. Then you have your voice recognition and your phone adjustments here. On this side is your driver assistance. So you have your cruise control and your shut off your cruise control. You have your resume and set and your plus minus. This is a very, very good display, and it is, the infotainment system is really good. It's snappy, it's quick. So you have some toggle things up here that you can just quick hot buttons, so you can just turn on fog lights, maybe power window lockout, hill descent control. There's a few more here. So you got doors and windows, your lights, and drive and park. So those, you just click on them and you can adjust them. So that's pretty nice. We go back to the main screen. So right here is your cell phone. You pair your phone. There's your navigation, very easy. There's your music, so you can adjust between your Bluetooth phone, Sirius XM, that type of functions. You go here. This is a split screen, or you can go back to a single screen, and you can go to this one. This has all of your settings and stuff like that. So right now we're on the main page. We can go to vehicle status. In the vehicle status, you've got your overview of everything about your car. You can just click on it and it'll tell you 90% for your filter. Go back, you can hit oil life, 41%. So that's pretty cool. It gives you all of that information. Tires and your brakes. So brakes are 90%, 98% good. And there's your tire pressures, which for some reason I'm 37 on one side and 35 on the other. Okay, you can go to fuel and filters, just like we were clicking on earlier on the front of the truck. You got your battery voltage and coolant temperature, and then your trip information. So here you have your trip information, and that displays over on your driver's display also. So here you go in here, and this is where you can reset those trip meters, and you can take them off of the display if you want. And then if we go back, you can go to your current, and you can click on that. That will restart every time you start the vehicle. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and you can add that to the driver's display if you want. Now we'll go back here to the main thing. You got Google Assistant, you got the Google Play Store. This does have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Settings. We go into settings. You got connections for your phone. You go into vehicle. You've got your audio settings. You've got teen driver settings. Rear seat reminder, which I don't need on. buckle to drive. So now this can actually be a setting to where the vehicle will not go unless you have your seat buckled. So that is a really good safety feature. So, and at least they give you a chance to shut that off if you don't want it on there. So now this is a few different settings, and you can remote start and turn on your heated seats and your ventilated seats, whatever it needs to do. You have your My Chevrolet connection here. Here is your off-road information. So now you've got your transfer case and your steering angle. All right, this is Baja. You can see up here it says Baja. You can set it to terrain, and then you can also do overlanding. And that's pretty cool because it tells you how far above sea level you are. Yeah, nice information to have. Oh, you have an air down mode. So you can set your air pressure to what you want it to be and hit start, and it will release the air pressure out of the tires. That is awesome. So once it reaches that pressure, the horn will honk and let you know that's when to stop. And then the same thing when you reinflate, you set it, when you reinflate it, it will honk at you when you get to the correct tire pressure. Awesome job, Chevy. That's impressive. We come back here. You do have climate control buttons down here, so you don't have to worry about anything up in the screen. You have your heated and ventilated seats right here, and then wherever you want the air to be blowing at. And you got auto, and then you just got your fan speeds, recirculation, and sync there. Down here you have two normal vents instead of the turbine vents. This is pretty cool. This is an all window down button. You can press that and it will roll all the windows down. As long as you hold it, it'll take it down however far you need it. Auto start stop, hazard, lane keep assist, and an extra auxiliary button. Down here you got a USB-C, USB-A, and a wireless phone charger right down here. Come back here, you have a standard shifter. Feels really good. I like the red stitching. There is this dial again that we were looking at just a minute ago. Has your modes when you turn it, and then you have, I showed that we have 2-wheel drive, auto, basically all-wheel drive, 4 high and 4 low. All right, we got electronic parking brake right here. You got 2 cup holders, and then you have a center console. Inside the center console, you have, it looks like not a lot of room, but it's just a tray. You can take that tray out, and then you have a lot deeper pocket in there. Really good sized. Okay, looks like I am going to go try to get in the back there. Now, when I looked at it earlier, I wasn't so sure there's a huge amount of room back there, but it might be decent enough if you have to take a short trip. So I'm 6 foot tall. Let's go hop back there and see how much room there is. Okay, this door opens at a very good angle. Hop inside here. Driver's seat is in my driving position. As you can see, my knees are into the back of this seat, but it is a soft seat and it's okay. I could be relatively comfortable for a short trip. But I probably would ask the driver if there's any way that he could scoot up a little bit, maybe another ½ an inch, maybe set the seat up a little bit straighter. But other than that, yeah, it is a little small back here. Headroom, I've got about 1.5 inches, so the headroom is fine. It's just you don't have a whole lot of leg space back here. There are a few things back here. You do have a couple vents, and you have a USB-C and a USB-A plug. That's really about it. And you do have a center armrest that has 2 cup holders in it. You do have some additional storage underneath. You have this little handle right back here. You're gonna push that up, and then you can lift the seat up, and you can see that there is some storage space underneath here. Your jack is underneath here. Front license plate cover. All right. That just drops right back down. Maybe we should check the other side. We do have space on the other side too. Not a lot, but you probably could get a few items down in there. Now I think it's time for us to hear about the pricing on this Colorado, because you might want one. You're going to start out with the base LT, and that's going to be coming in at $37,095. The Z71 starts at $42,095, and this one, with all the options and the destination fee, comes in at $46,575. If this doesn't have what you need on it and you need something a little more off-roadish, a little more ready to tackle anything, you can go up to the ZR2 and the ZR2 Bison, but it's gonna cost you. All right, it's time to take this for a drive. I've been driving this for a few days, and it is a very comfortable ride. Feels good. I am still having a little problem getting myself adjusted into the seat. It looks like we can do a 0 to 60 real quick right out here. So get ready. 1, 2, 3, here we go. All right, there's 60. Well, it's a little noisy, and it's the engine, it's not the exhaust, but it's not whenever you're just normally accelerating. It's just loud because it's a 4-cylinder trying to go max power. But yeah, this is really great. Easily can do whatever you need it to do. We haven't had any problems. We can pass people when we need to pass people. You know, it's just been a great drive. Now, the layout in here, I really do like all of this. The screens are great. Like I said, the infotainment system is really, really good. I have really enjoyed it. Steering wheel is very comfortable. The only problem I have with the steering wheel is I think it needs to come back about another inch. If this would extend farther back, would be great. It just won't extend far enough for what I want it to do, for where I feel comfortable, because otherwise then I have to scoot up closer, and then my knees are getting up close to the dash, especially when I relax on cruise, then my knee is kind of pushing up into this dash. But that is just a me thing, so it probably won't affect anyone else. Love the stitching in here. I love the design of the outside. I love the design of the inside. I really could see myself buying one of these and driving it every single day, and would love it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the 4-cylinder. I wish there was a 6-cylinder option, but we're kind of going away from that route. So you've got a lot of the full-size trucks are now going down to 4-cylinder and 6-cylinders with turbos on them, and going away from the V8s. So your mid-size vehicles are going to be starting to, if they haven't already, go away from the V6s and down to 4-cylinders. 20 miles per gallon out of a mid-size truck, I don't feel is good enough. I think we need to be pushing at 25. I mean, I owned an F-150 with a V8, a 5.0 Coyote engine in it, and I averaged 22 miles per gallon when I drove it on a V8. We're in a 4-cylinder, and it only averages 20. There is a loss there. There is a disconnect there that I think that if they really put their heads to it, I think they can come up with a better option than that and get the mileage that you're wanting out of it. So I can't use that. I can't accept that as an excuse of why to go to the 4-cylinders. Suspension feels really good in this truck. I would like to drive the ZR2 and see what the differences between the Z71 and ZR2 suspensions are, and even the ZR2 Bison. That would be amazing to get a chance to do that. Hopefully, maybe Chevrolet will send me one of those. But I really feel good in this truck. I feel comfortable. I feel stable. I don't have any problem taking any curves even a little bit faster than what you're supposed to. it takes the big bumps and cushions them, but you still have that feel of the truck when you hit those sharper ones and you get that little jolt, little jitter, or whatever you want to call it, makes you know that you are driving a good solid truck. So as we saw, little space is tight in that back, so if you are 6 foot or taller, you are probably not going to fit very comfortably back there, but shorter people, younger children, teenagers would probably fit back there without any problem. And you know, of course your dogs would fit back there. Make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button and then click on one of the videos that's up on the screen. One of them I chose for you, the other one YouTube chose for you. I think you're gonna like them both, so I will see you in that next video.